Hello, everyone. We are the Casual Ones, back again with another Call of Cthulhu episode from our Call of Cthulhu miniseries. If you want to watch more of things we do, like D&D and Morkborg, and uh, hopefully other RPGs in the future as well, uh, subscribe and check out our links in the description for all that stuff, and join Discord and all those things.
Do it.
Just do it. All right, that's out of the way. Now we can play
Moving on.
our game.
Move.
So, last session, we discovered a lot more about the mysteries of the missing wrestlers that Clyde had been investigating for the past few years, and that Troy had just experienced firsthand this year with a fellow teammate, Jimmy, going missing from the wrestling team. The group broke into the wrestling coach's office, and I believe set off the school's fire alarm to keep everyone allegedly to keep everyone out while they investigated. In the office, they found various pieces of paper, keys, as well as an old box filled with wood carvings that likely would have a ceremonial knife placed inside. However, the box was empty, meaning that the knife was somewhere else. The team decided to, based on the schedule of events, check underneath the gymnasium within the university, as that is where a lot of the supplies for the team are kept. As they went down, they started encountering voices surrounding their heads of students or wrestlers asking them to help. But upon turning on the lights, found that there was no one there in the basement. They found a trap door leading down an earthen corridor, which they followed into a vile room filled with mess and excrement and blood and psychotic ramblings of someone. Just as they were seeing the hundreds of scratch marks all over the walls, they heard the scream of a teen down the hall. They raced into a large chamber that had a ritual circle painted in black in the center, with candles and around the circle and going up into the rest of the hall. They saw Assistant Coach Parker, who they had been following, or it had been suspecting, in the middle of the circle with this ritual knife in hand. They saw Jimmy, the student they were looking for, tied up with his hands behind his back, being sliced into by the assistant coach. And just as the blood hit the tip of the blade, an apparition of a large toad, which had boils and pus coming from its skin, appear as if out of the knife in a ghostly form. And Coach Parker looked up just as the three gentlemen ran into the room.
Oh boy.
Yikers. Yep.
And that's where we are now. Clyde, Troy, Donald, anything in the split second that you see this happening?
I think I would definitely try and shoot at the apparition, but I'm also fairly certain that's not going to do anything. But That's a gut reaction. I'm shooting at that
Absolutely.
nasty
Give
thing.
me give me your shooting roll and let's see.
I 97.
um the startle of everything, and you shoot wide, way above Coach Parker's head. um and I actually just realized, I think I said last session we were going to start with a sanity roll at seeing all of
Oh,
this,
yes,
I
so
mean,
yes.
you
we
could
should.
forget. That's
That
okay.
makes sense.
It
Yeah,
does
yeah, yeah,
make
yeah, yeah,
sense.
yeah.
My
So
sanity is
everybody,
low right now.
give
Lower
me a
than
Yeah.
sanity roll.
97 again. What?
just barely made it with a 40.
All right.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Yeah, let's
Pretty
go
high?
crazy.
89.
Hey,
Okay. Clyde, I'm pretty sure that is also like a extreme failure with a 97.
sweet. Hell yeah.
Um, so Troy, the good news is you pass. Uh, the bad news is that it is still quite terrifying, um, because of everything you're seeing. So you lose 2 points of sanity.
I mean, that makes sense. It's a frog ghost. I'm terrified of those.
Yeah. And Clyde, you lose 3,
Only 3.
and
Okay.
Donald, 4.
Oh, all right. Cool.
As you
Oh.
see this thing uh, above you and this wild scene. So Clyde shoots wide. Troy and Don, what are you guys doing?
Is Jimmy?
Jimmy, yes, his name is Jimmy.
Is he tied up?
He is tied up, so he is sitting on the ground, the earthen ground. He has his hands tied behind his back, and then his feet are bound in front of him.
Coach said I gotta find him. I found him, so I guess I'm running to go get Jimmy.
Mm.
All right, give me a dexterity check as you run up to him. See how close you can get.
Dodge or Dex?
Give me dex.
Okay, so it is a success. I got a 39.
Okay, great. So you are able to get quite up close to him before Parker even knows what happened. Your quick wrestling feet
I
managed
am
to
running
get you
with my
there.
eyes, like I'm trying to close them because I also don't want to move in this direction, and I feel like if I'm looking at this thing, I can't move. So
Yeah,
my head is
absolutely.
down while I'm running. Like I don't look at it.
Okay, perfect. And then Donald.
I see Troy take off and run after Jimmy, and not to leave someone behind, even though I'm scared out of my mind seeing a pus demon coming out of a sword. I will try and, like hip check or like just tackle Parker.
Okay, great. You can make me a brawl check,
Sure.
and he will essentially oppose it. I totally know how to do this. You're the same size, so there's no penalty or anything.
Okay.
See, I think we both just do one. Wow, and I failed miserably.
Okay. In that case, I will use 10 luck and pass because I rolled a 35.
Okay. So you tackle him to the ground. Speaking of luck, make a luck check for me as well.
Okay. Uh, 29. I needed a. Am I trying to go below the base value or
Your
what I'm currently
current luck value.
No.
Okay. Do you want to? I think that is the one thing that you can redo if you would like.
Sure, I can try redoing it.
Okay.
I thought luck was the one thing you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just it literally hasn't come up in like 3 sessions, but the talisman that we talked about at the very beginning.
Yes. Yeah, I'll try again then. That is so much worse. I went from a
Perfect.
29 to an 84.
Excellent.
Perfect. Yeah. So you tackle Coach Parker down, but he keeps a hold on the ritual knife in his hand as he falls to the ground.
I do 2 damage.
Um, okay. Okay. So we're going to go into our initiative order now to keep things really clear. Turn up the music just a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
Oh.
gotta get a little spookier.
Yeah, just get nice and scary.
We're gonna save
Um,
Jimmy. Maybe.
Can I get just a little bit of clarity on the sanity bit?
yes.
You said like you go crazy after you lose 5. Is it 5 in one instance or 5 in like an encounter?
5 in 1 roll. So yeah.
Just making sure.
No, it's a good question. And I was honestly disappointed I rolled so low on that one for
Yeah.
you guys, but there's more to come. Speaking of which, Clyde, if you're planning to act with your gun this
Yeah.
round, you would be first.
I'm turning to point it at the coach, the assistant coach, and saying like, "Drop the weapon. I don't know what you're up to." And just kind of shaking it, trying not to look directly at the spectral thing coming out of Jimmy. It seems, and I want to try and see if he reacts to the threat at all.
Yeah, I'd say give me an intimidation roll, but this is going to be a hard success only.
Okay. Probably not. What have I got here? 71?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like half of your skill.
No.
So he looks at you like he comprehends the words coming out of your mouth, but why on earth you have a lowly gun in your hand when he has the most powerful weapon he could imagine in his?
Just shaking again, staring at him with the gun, like, drop it, Parker. And then I think my eyes drift to the thing, and be like, Donnie, has this been in any of your books? What is this? Can we kill it? Because I don't know what we could do about this thing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, you see the thing opens its maw and these black tentacles start to come out and taste the air. You see, you feel it in your bodies, like that a deep bass hit all of you, and you almost see the air move in like a sonic boom out from this thing. I'll have you all make another sanity check as you see Coach Parker get hit with this sonic boom and just start to like glisten with sweat. If you remember when we ended last episode and you had just came in, he looked much older and more ragged than you were used to, and you see the wrinkles start to like disappear on his eyes and like the color come back to his skin.
Great.
Yeah, that's about as terrible as my roll.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Troy, what's up for you?
I rolled a 93.
Okay.
82.
Clyde?
73.
Oh boy.
That's a
Alright.
failure all around.
Yep.
I mean, can you
Okay.
blame us? Oh my god.
Drop it, Parker. The fuck is.
Okay, so we've got 4 for Troy,
Oof.
3 for Clyde,
Okay.
and 7 for Donald.
Oof,
Ooh.
Donnie boy.
So we get to experience exactly what we just talked about. So the first thing I need you to do is make a intelligence roll. So you want to, or you don't in this one instance want to get lower than your intelligence because it means you really comprehended everything that just happened.
Great.
I have to
You want to roll
double.
above.
No, I have to double check because the PDFs keep closing on me, and I've had to like remake the character sheet a couple times.
Hey, yeah.
But the intelligence doesn't look right. So I'm gonna just double check.
Yeah. Look at an old copy if you have it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
imagine yours should be okay. You're our.
Yeah, which is confusing because the one here is not. I do have. Okay, that makes more sense. So I have to
Okay, good.
roll below my intelligence. Yeah, it said 20 on the character sheet. It's like that's
Oh yeah,
wrong.
that can't be right. You in this instance, you don't necessarily want to roll low. You don't want to understand what's happening. But
Well, that's unfortunate because I rolled a 23.
yeah, so
I
you
needed to roll
definitely
below a 50.
so you see this and you see into this creature's mouth as it opens and looking almost down its throat you see stars and cosmos and like an extraplanar universe within this frog.
Chill stuff.
You feel like you're not connected to this reality, as a overwhelming fear of amphibians reaches into your mind, something you've never thought anything like a second thought of. Now you can imagine warts raising over your body and the slithering feeling of them against you.
Cool. So I have a crippling phobia of amphibians now.
Yeah. Or at least for a few rounds.
Yeah. Good.
Great. That is Coach Parker up next. Troy, seeing Donald sort of go, for lack of a better word, crazy for a quick second, doesn't see him quite as the threat this second, looks over at you trying to untie Jimmy, and he's going to take the ritual knife, and he goes, "I got you now," and he's going to stab.
You're always my favorite. Why are you doing this?
I need you to either, so you can dodge, or you can fight.
Nah, I'm gonna
back.
brawl.
You're gonna brawl. Okay.
Yeah.
So you roll me your fighting roll.
Yeah, ironically, he's trained me for this.
That's so true. Personally.
It's pretty good. My brawling is an 85 and I rolled a 40. Which is
so you
a
got
moderate success.
Yeah, like a hard success. So you actually win in this situation. So because I just got a regular success. He brings the knife up. You roll underneath him and like get him in the back of the calves, and you can roll your damage on him.
Sweet. Okay, that is 6 damage. I rolled a 4 on the d4 because I get a d4 for my damage bonus, and I rolled a 2.
Amazing. Okay. Math I can do. So, yeah, you knock him down. Troy had already pushed him down to the ground. You're able to like get him in the back of the legs.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I still have the chair leg that Donald gave me, so I just like hit him in the calves with it.
Perfect. And Troy, why don't you give me a luck check then to see if he holds on to the knife?
I was
Nope,
gonna
that's an
say.
82. I need 60.
Okay, so he's still got this knife. The blood you see drip down onto the ritual circle. It interacts with the paint, and like a little puff of smoke seems to come up from the paint. Um, Clyde, you already went, and once Troy's headphones are back figured out, and now Troy, it's actually your turn.
Oh snap. Okay. It doesn't feel like I can untie Jimmy up when Coach Parker's got a knife on me, so I guess I'm just going to try and wrestle the knife from him specifically. I'm not gonna like try and hurt him. I'm literally just trying to rip the knife out of his hand and like get it as far away from him as possible.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. We will do an opposed strength roll then.
I'm also trying not to touch the knife. I want that to be very
The
clear.
blade, yeah.
Got it. You're
No,
trying to like,
Anything?
any part of it. I
Oh,
don't want
okay.
to. I don't know if you remember, but a ghost frog is coming out of it, so I don't want to touch it. Brawl, you said, right?
just do strength for this one.
Okay. That's very good. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, this game so good for people like Aaron who always roll low. So bad for people like me who always roll really high. So I'm imagining that is a extreme success for you.
Yeah, 16 is extreme for me, so I rolled pretty good.
Yeah, amazing. You are able to you get like the pressure points in his hand. You essentially almost break his hand in effort to get it open.
Yeah, I think I use a technique he taught me to disarm himself.
Perfect.
And then I just try
Why
and
would you
kick.
use this against me?
Yeah, and then I kick it. I try and kick it towards Clyde, just like away from him in general, in Clyde's direction. If
Uh
that's something I'm allowed to do.
yeah, absolutely. You do so. Clyde, where are you situated right now?
I was gonna move towards Jimmy, so I don't know. I'd probably running across the center of the room, even through the ritual space, to see
Okay.
if Jimmy's eyes are opening or anything. I was gonna try and like shake him awake. If that comes at me, I'll just pick it straight up.
Perfect. So yeah, so Clyde's running across the ritual circle. Troy, you kick this knife to him, and Clyde, you're able to pick it up by, I'm assuming, the hilt.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, you have it. It doesn't feel like it does anything specific to you right away, uh, and you just have a hold of this.
I think I just like can. Does anything happen when I hold it to the creature, the frog thing?
We will find out on your turn.
Okay. Cool.
Super
Donald,
ominous.
that is back to you.
Okay.
For whatever you'd like to do.
Is the giant frog demon still like attached to the dagger spectrally?
Yeah, spectrally, it is attached to the dagger, and it hasn't really moved. Almost like the ghostly tether has just gotten longer.
Okay. I will step forward while closing my eyes towards Clyde, pulling out the wooden box and like shakily open it and try not to like drop the thing. Just put it in here.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would put the knife in.
So okay, so that's Donald's turn. He holds a box up.
Yeah. And I blindly walk towards Clyde.
Okay. So Clyde, because you're not firing with your gun, you're back down next to Troy, sort of in the initiative. So the frog god goes before you.
Just confirming, this is the Nagalath, right? this is it?
You're
Do we
pretty
know
sure,
that?
yes.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
we're
not
fairly
sure.
confident. I don't
I will
remember a
s-
description when we first read about it. There wasn't a description, so we're
Oh
just.
man, this is
I
the
guess Troy.
fodder minion.
Oh yeah, this is the Nagaloth baby.
Yeah.
Yes, you are pretty sure. Sorry, I need to write something on this page instead. You're pretty sure. Clyde, uh, the uh, the frog, when you pick up the knife, the Nagaleth, like inhales all of those tentacles that it was breathing out of its mouth, and it looks straight at you. I need you to give me a sanity check.
Okay. Jesus Christ. 86.
Um, you don't take any points against your sanity, but you hear in your head, kill them, kill them. And you are not sure who them is, but everyone around you seems like an enemy currently.
Oh, Jesus.
There's now 4 Nagaloths in the room.
Oh, Jesus.
I've got my eyes closed.
Coach Parker looks frantically at you. He comes running, barreling towards you, Clyde. And he is going to do the same thing. He's going to try to disarm you.
Okay.
You can dodge, but you feel really strongly that you should fight back.
Okay. What does brawl come from? Is it strength or dex?
Yes, I believe so.
Strength.
Right, guys?
Uh,
Who have brawl?
'Cause
Yes.
brawl
My,
is just under fighting, right?
Fighting
Yeah.
brawl. Oh yeah, 25%. Okay, so I have nothing in it. That's why. All right, cool. I can do
Perfect.
this.
You roll low. You got this.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's your thing.
No, the game figured me out.
Yeah, it took a few episodes,
It
but
took a few.
you calibrated.
84. That's, yeah, I haven't rolled like under a 70 yet.
Coach Parker comes out of nowhere. You're just thinking how terrifying everyone looks and how stabbable everyone appears as he
Come at him with it.
he like twirls out of the way, hits you under the bicep. Your hand opens and he snatches the knife from you. You feel the overwhelming urge to kill everyone slowly evaporating from your body. And it is Clyde's turn. Oh, that's you. Sorry.
Yeah, I would just look to the others and kind of blink that feeling away and be like, the dagger made me want to kill you real bad. It may be
Don't
controlling him too.
Touch it!
Don't
Don't
touch
touch it!
Put it in the box.
He took it.
What?
He took it. And then I'm gonna try and shoot him.
Great. You give me your shooting. I think he
Here we
will.
go.
He's not going to try to dodge. So you can, if you're opposing a shooting roll, you can try to like duck out of the way, but it means you don't get an action the next round. So, and he can't fathom that.
Is there? How do I like push myself to do better?
So I believe. Don't come for me in the comments. I've just learned how to play this game very recently. I think if you're taking more than one shot, you can try again, like a second shot from your handgun, but it is with a penalty dice, so it's a disadvantage.
Okay. Would that be the tens die?
Exactly.
Okay,
And then you just take the higher tens die.
All zeros.
You can do it if anyone can.
I mean, 45. I rolled a 35 and a 45, so the worst is still under my 50 of
Then
a
you're
shoot of my
good.
shooting skill.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me some damage.
Uh, just just finally stop the rattling of the gun and focus on him, going for the kneecap. And let's get some damage. 3. So much less than Troy with a chair leg, but
Still, he still looks like he's getting quite beat up. I mean, he gets shot, he's being hit, as much as his overall physique seems to be getting younger. He is taking quite the beating here. Um, but you see the resolve in his eyes as he tries to, with a gun wound, try to pull himself back to Jimmy uh, to continue the ritual. That is going to be Troy.
yeah.
Does Donald look visibly shaken?
Yes.
Okay.
He's standing
Troy-
there with his eyes closed, holding a box.
So Troy stands like sort of turns around because he's near Jimmy. He's going to go over to Donald and take the box, and he's going to say, "Get Jimmy out of here. You're clearly not okay, and we will get the knife." And then I'm gonna run and hit Coach Parker in the back of the head with a chair leg.
Okay, yeah. Give me a brawling roll for that. Actually, and he will fight back against this as well.
I'm like thinking in my head, please just be a demon. Please just don't be a human. That's a 46, which is just a success.
All right, he was able to get a hard success.
Damn you, sir.
Uh, so
Can I push
you,
myself for this?
no, that wasn't
I
even a
didn't think so.
push himself. That was just something that I know guns can do. It's like
Right.
shoot more than once.
I'm just asking because I wasn't sure.
No, makes sense. So that is going to be.
Yeah, I think I just swing and miss, fully miss. I almost dropped the box in an attempt to hit him in the back of the head.
That's 6 damage as
To me?
to you as he stabs you with this knife
Oh my god.
right in like the gut side that is like almost fatal.
Oh my
What is
God.
your total hit points?
13?
So just under. So again, if you take half, equal to or more than half of your hit points in one thing of damage, you get a major wound. So
Ooh.
you are able to just escape this as he slices into like the wrong side, like just misses your spleen.
Oh my god. Yeah, he just like is terrified. He's just got stabbed. He's like looking at Clyde like, this isn't fun anymore.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Donald, what would you like to do?
I like take a quick look around to see where Jimmy is.
Jimmy is down on the ground. He's kind of like behind the brawling situation that's going on. Eyes wide. He's basically just kind of being like crying, essentially, like silently crying this whole time.
So it's like me, Brawl, Jimmy?
Exactly.
The line?
You could definitely go around easily.
Yeah. And where's the frog?
It's essentially up right above the brawl that's happening, just like up in the sky.
Okay. Yeah, I will run around the little like cluster of people
Okay.
and try and pick up Jimmy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You're not running towards the frog, but around. You try to haul Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy is a heavy weight. No, I said featherweight wrestler, so he's quite light. Give
That is a
me a
feather.
strength check to see how far you can get with them.
Oh, come on. That's so rude. I rolled a 51. I need a 50.
Oh,
I will
jeez.
use 1 luck.
Use that luck, baby.
That's so
Um,
gross.
you are able to grab him essentially like under the underarms and start hauling him. I'm assuming you're going back the way you came, not seeing another visible entrance into this place.
Yeah, if that's the only exit, then so be it.
All right. You get him probably, I would say, like a third of the way back to the door.
Okay.
All right. Making our way back to the frog god. The Nagaleth uh, again opens its maw. This time you don't see the tentacles, but rather just a slosh of a red liquid come out of
Mm.
its mouth and coat the floor of the room that you're in. I need you all to make a sanity check.
Yeah, gladly. Oh my god.
Am I making this at some sort of disadvantage?
No, you're just making a regular one. Um, the disadvantage being that your sanity has slowly whittled down, anyways. I think everyone looks like they did a really good job.
Like, the thing about this game that I never really thought about is like the more you fail, the harder it gets.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. I
my
could be
God.
passing every round. I'd still be failing right now.
Yeah.
I rolled an
Let's start with
89.
Clyde.
94.
Jesus Christ, Troy.
95.
And Doug, you said
Hey.
80 something?
89. Yeah.
Nice.
89.
Close.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Oh my gosh, which dice is it? This one here.
D100 for sanity. Jeez.
Troy, somehow you're doing like it's still terrifying and disgusting, but you're so focused on your what you need to accomplish. The coach gave you a task, and by God, you're gonna get it done.
Yeah,
Um,
he's great at tax-oriented skills. That's about it.
so
And
you take
wrestling.
one
Okay.
point against your sandy, as do you, Donald. But Clyde, this one's pretty disgusting, and this thing basically just vomited blood
Yeah.
everywhere. The surface is slick and wet, and you take 5 points, and I need you to make an intelligence check now.
Okay. This is my good roll, which is bad, right? I want to
Mhm.
roll over it right now. Okay.
You want to
So,
roll over it for once.
all
So.
right. No. I rolled pretty well.
No.
24. My intelligence is 80.
The best you've rolled all night.
Yeah,
is
that's a
now.
pretty good roll.
Oh shoot. Okay. Um,
I think it might be time to get out of here, folks.
Yeah, just sloshed with this mouth blood of the creature.
yeah. This blood sloshes everywhere. You look up and there's Coach Parker, dagger in hand. But then you look at Troy and you look at Jimmy and Donald, and you're certain they're in on this and they are out to get you.
Great.
Fuck.
Okay.
That's Clyde.
I've got to get the fuck out of here.
Coach Parker is up next. He sees you, Donald, trying to grab Jimmy. He is going to rush you. And he actually is just going to. Now, he's going to attack you so that you'll drop Jimmy. So you can make a dodge roll or you can fight back.
You said there was like a penalty if you try and dodge, like you don't get a turn.
Not for this. That's just if you're trying to escape a gun, because a gun is a lot harder to dodge than
Okay.
a little knife. So it's just a regular dodge roll if that's what you want to do.
Oh, I will fight back.
All right. Do it up, man.
Love the confidence.
It's higher than my dodge.
Clearly by a lot.
All right, give me that roll then.
52.
Is that a success for you?
I needed a 25.
Luckily, Coach Parker also fails. So as he's running up to swipe at you, the shot in the kneecap, his knee gives way and he slices down, just narrowly missing you as well as Jimmy. And you see Jimmy gives out a startled yelp as as Coach Parker essentially lands on one knee in front of you, looks up, his eyes uh, so red, like he hasn't slept in months, foaming essentially at the mouth. Clyde, that's going to be your turn.
I'm just looking around. Is there any other passages in this room?
How hard are you looking? Would you like to make like an investigation type check, or do you just like a glance?
Yeah, I think like trying to find any hidden ways.
Give me a spot hidden check.
$61.
I love the way you guys react to failing.
Well, it was actually, hold on. I think I've leveled up spot hidden. Mine's a 69. I think I actually succeeded.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So you see the large, essentially hallway that you guys came from. On the almost exact opposite end of this large chamber, you see a small hole in the wall that appears just large enough that you could go to it and climb through it. Where it leads, no idea, but it does seem to be some sort of tunnel.
Okay. I'll head toward it and just yell like, "I knew I couldn't trust you, Troy. I knew you were behind all this." And I'm just tucking away into the
What?
Perfect. Yeah, Troy, Dawn, you guys see Clyde like just turn, he obviously looked scared as you all did, but he turns around and just bails. That's gonna be Troy's turn.
Oh my god. Okay, real Sophie's choice. I think Troy is going to run. He sort of watches Clyde. That wasn't Clyde or whatever that was. Looks over at Donald being harassed by Coach Parker, and he will just like begin running over there. And I'm just gonna try and tackle and pin Parker so that Donald can get away.
Absolutely. Give me a brawl check for that then.
That's a hard success, 21.
Very nice. I think. Yeah, perfect. You do so. It's
Full
slippery
Nelson.
for you both with the blood on the ground. Wait, what is this?
I just put him in a full Nelson, like put my arms about.
Yes,
Wrestling.
100%.
It's wrestling.
That makes way more sense. I didn't hear what you said, and I was like, "What is he balancing? Like, what's happening?"
My sanity is on the.
Yeah. So you grab him. Give me a another luck check then.
It's a 47.
It's a pass for you.
Yeah, my luck is 60 right now.
Great. You see Coach Parker in a weakened state, slipping around on the blood on the ground, drops the knife in front of him. He goes, "No!" And that's going to be Donald.
Get out of here, Donald.
I will say, Donald, real quick. You look up at the frog god again, and as terrifying as it seems, it's less about it being an amphibian and more just because it's a terrifying god at this point.
I have two just real quick questions. One, is the blood on the ground significant that it's pooling, or is it just all figment of our imaginations? Is there
You
any
would
way to
have to make an
tell?
intelligence check to 100% decipher that.
Okay. Can I do that then? And
Yeah,
not use my
absolutely.
whole turn?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Seems pretty real to you.
Okay. What's the rules on drowning?
Mm, a great question. Something that I would say like this is a realistic game. You can drown in what is it, 3 inches of a liquid. Uh, and he probably has good stamina being a wrestler, but is also like not at his maximum health. So I will judge it based on what you want to do if that's something you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'll put Jimmy down and I will help Troy subdue Parker by holding his head.
Yeah, dark. Give me a strength. I think just a plain strength for
Would he have
that.
advantage?
With you,
Because
yeah,
I
exactly, with advantage or
Oh,
with
okay.
what's it called in this game? Penalty and I don't know. Good luck.
The first roll was better. 46 is a pass. I needed 50.
Perfect. You hold him down. I'm going to say uh we'll see how one more round how he's feeling in a round.
Okay.
So that's back to the frog god. With
I'm just yelling, Clyde, get back here!
You'll never get me alive. Scrolling away into the hole.
the frog god closes its maw again, and you see it kind of it doesn't look confused, but like it doesn't really do anything. Seems unclear on who it's controlling or who's controlling it right now. Um, and just kind of stays stationary in the air.
it's great.
Uh, Parker is being held down by both of you at the moment. He, flails and tries to get out, but isn't able to escape from the two of you holding him. Um, Clyde, that is your turn, and you definitely still feel the same way about the rest of the gang.
Yeah, what does the hole look like as I approach?
Yeah, it is just large enough that after a few meters you can stand to run through. Do you have a flashlight or anything on you, or are you just kind of in the dark?
Yeah, just in the dark.
Yeah, it's hard to really see anything. It seems to go on for quite a while. Your turn's about, D&D rules like 6 seconds or so. So you just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. Try
Perfect.
and pick up the speed.
The sounds behind you are starting to fade, but you're still hearing yells and whatnot.
Can't believe I almost fell for it.
Troy, back to you.
Seeing what Donald's doing, you're drowning this guy. That's what's happening.
Seems that
Okay.
way.
It's a happy accident.
He is going to hold on, but this is gonna scar him. Was his coach for like a year, and he's watching someone he met 2 days ago drown him in a puddle 3 inches tall. But his fear is what's making him hold on right now. Because
Yeah.
he's more afraid of what is going to happen if he lets go than dealing with the consequences of what is about to happen, essentially.
Yeah, that checks out.
So, yeah.
Cool. So you continue holding him, and then Donald, same for you, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It's okay, Troy. It's okay.
Yeah, he just hears white noise. He cannot hear you. It's just
Uh,
like his own heartbeat.
You guys hold on for uh, a little bit longer until Coach Parker's body goes limp underneath you. Um, you see the knife still, the frog god remains motionless in the air, um, almost as if it was like sort of flickering in and out, but it is up there and the knife lies on the ground. Jimmy at this point is almost like passed out from fear, still tied up. Um, and after about 5 minutes of just kind of waiting in the quiet, uh, Clyde, you realize you're halfway through a dark tunnel. You abandoned your group, and they're back there alone with a monster.
Yeah. Super wish I had a flashlight right about now. I'm just gonna take a moment, a breather, and try and figure out my way back and see if maybe it wasn't a trap.
Sure, yeah, the tunnel, it appears to just have one direct route. You didn't follow it far enough to see where it ends up, but you're able to turn back and follow. And you walk back into the hall, seeing Troy and Donald in the way I described.
Just peek out, see them sitting on someone's corpse in the pool of blood.
Yeah, if I was the full Nelson, I'm lying on top of him, so I feel him stop breathing. This is gonna mess Troy up real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after it happens, he sort of like gets off as quickly as he can. He just like
Yeah.
sits in the blood.
Once Parker stops struggling, I stop trying to hold him.
Yeah.
But I try and kind of nudge the knife into the box
Mhm.
rather than like pick it up.
Yeah, I would say between like items that you have and all that, you're able to do so without touching it. Um, the knife fits snugly in the velvet of the box, and uh, you're able to, I mean, close it if that's what you're
Yeah.
planning to do. You close the knife, and the apparition zaps from existence. The blood on the floor disappears, uh, and the hall is silent and candlelit.
Yeah. Donald just kind of collapses on the floor afterwards.
You okay, Troy?
Huh?
You okay?
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Jimmy's not looking so good.
Yeah, Jimmy. He sort of just gets up, starts to untie him.
I'll help Donald up off the pooling of blood.
Yeah, you help up, and Jimmy, you kind of untie Jimmy and shake him awake a little bit, and his eyes flutter open. Um, Tr- Troy,
Hey, Jimmy.
what what happened? What was that thing?
We just found you down here, man. I don't know. Nothing. I don't know. I would have covered Parker's body with my like Letterman jacket so he can't see the body, but I'm straight up gonna lie and tell him this didn't happen. Like we found you down here. You must have been down here for days and hallucinating. I think Coach Parker kidnapped you and fed you drugs or something.
Give me a fast talk with advantage.
Okay. That is a 90. Nope, advantage. Sorry. I take the lower one. That's much better. That's a 60.
I was like,
Oof.
whoa, that's a, that's a hot
Yes,
tamale.
that's much
rough.
better. Yeah, that's a
Uh,
success.
he looks dazed at you. I remember going to the boxing gym, and then there was a fire, and I passed out, and now
You must have heard that story and hallucinated it because it happened to me. Remember, not you.
right. No, of course.
Yeah,
Is
Coach asked me to look for you, and I guess well, we found you underneath the gym. But your mom's looking for you.
thank you, Troy. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. And he looks at
We don't
the
talk about it.
Wyatt and Dawn, and your friends.
Yeah. These are. I'm sort of doing an internship.
Yeah, we were hired to look for you, and we're glad we found you. We just got to get you back home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happy you're safe.
that would be good. Um, you guys are gonna guide him out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. If he can walk, I'll just help him walk. If not, I will just carry him.
I think, yeah, between a hand over shoulder, I think he's able to kind of follow your lead. Once you make it to the top of the school, he grabs a towel uh, from the room, the locker room, and covers himself. And could you help me get home?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we've
Clyde, you
got
can
a
give him a ride,
car.
right?
Yeah, we've got a car parked out front. We can get you right back home.
I think I just need to sleep before I do anything.
Why don't you go lay in the back, and I just got to talk to the people I'm interning for, and we'll come
Yeah.
and we'll drive you home.
Yeah, man. Okay. He seems pretty docile, easy to very suggestible at this time. And he goes and does that.
I don't. Yeah, when he's in the car and it's just the three of us, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to tell his mom or the police. Are we calling the police? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know it. There was some kind of creature spouting blood and tentacles, and we unfortunately can't really question the one person that had real information.
I mean, he knows that Coach Parker kidnapped him.
And I think that's the right way to keep that information. But
He,
the coach himself has the information, and
yeah, I mean, you heard, I tried to omit the
yeah,
rest of it.
That's a good idea.
But, I mean, there's no blood down there anymore. I don't know if someone can prove he died a different way.
He managed to get loose and overpower Parker, right? And we just found him afterwards.
yeah, it's probably the best story. We never talk about the knife. Looking to Donald, feel weird holding that?
I feel really weird, but not the kind of weird you're thinking.
Yeah, that thing, we can't let anyone
No,
hold
this
it.
is going back to Merriweather, and we'll figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe we drop off Jimmy first and then do a trip to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the police should buy our story. If I've got some contacts there, they should trust what we tell them.
Should we do that first, or
Let's bring them back.
okay?
Yeah.
I just sit in the back with Jimmy, stare at the window, 1,000-yard stare.
Mm-hmm.
Great. As you guys are driving back, you start to recover a lot of that fear and anxiety that has been flowing through your bodies for the past hour. Um, you all can recover 10 sanity.
Oh,
And
That's a big number for me. That's great.
yeah.
And you also all gain 8 points in the Cthulhu mythos skill.
Ooh.
Um,
Oof. What did we have before that? Because my number got
I
deleted.
have
I think
7 written here.
I had
Okay.
7. I know that.
okay, that
Okay,
sounds right then.
So 15 total.
Yeah. As you have now encountered a creature of the mythos and lived to tell the tale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Different,
y-
but we lived.
You take Jimmy home. Are you going in with him or just kind of dropping him off at the edge of the
No, I think I go in with him.
Yeah.
yeah, you do so. Jimmy's mother doesn't appear to be sleeping ever these days, answers the door and looks between the two of you and just starts bawling her eyes out. She goes, I just knew you would find him.
Yeah, I got lucky, I guess.
Yep.
Come back when you look exhausted. Whatever it was, we can talk about it
Yeah,
later.
yeah. Let Jimmy sleep, and then I can come back and see how he is.
And she goes to hug you and like second guesses it and just puts her arm around Jimmy and uh, kind of gives you guys in the car a wave as she takes him into the house.
Yeah, I think the door closes, and like Troy looks at the door for like 3 extra seconds before he turns around, just like exhausted.
Yeah. Maybe we talk to the police some other time. I think we've got to get rid of this thing, gesturing to
Yeah.
the box, before any stories come out.
No, that's fair.
Okay.
All right. Well, take us over to Merryweather's.
Great. You drive over to Merryweather's, and it's the middle of the night. You knock on the door, expecting Penny's usually there during the daytime, but you're not sure where she lives or if she sleeps there. Um, but there's no answer at the door.
I just turn the knob. You know, it's been a long night, a lot of weirdness, and see if the door opens.
Yeah, you do so, and the door is locked.
Okay. Is this normal, Donald? This is your friend. Does he do night calls?
I don't do like this kind of late night visits normally. I just bang a little louder on the door.
Yeah, you bang louder. You all look up to see if any lights turn on, and the house remains silent.
All right, maybe we come back in the morning.
Yeah.
I can keep this at my shop for now.
Do you mind if I crash at your shop,
Sure.
Donald? I don't want to go back to the school.
Yeah.
There's a real comfortable antique couch you can use. Just take your shoes off.
You got it.
All right. I guess first thing in the morning, reconvene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't open that box, right? I think
I've got a safe. I'll put it in that.
good.
Maybe get more bullets for that gun.
Yeah. Stock up.
Yeah.
You go to your respective homes or places that you're going to spend the night. I think it was only Troy who got stabbed in the gullet during that fight.
I did take
You
2 damage at some point, but I don't remember
Okay,
when.
anyone who took damage can recover 2 damage for this
Ooh.
night's sleep, but you're muted, but you're still quite, hurt there, Troy, as
Yeah, I was at
Don
7 of 13. So,
Oof.
yeah, I think Donald has to give me stitches. Uh, and like, I imagine happen in my abdomen. So, he just like, I imagine he gives me stitches and like wraps that up. So, I'm moving kind of slow.
Yeah, you're able to do at least rudimentary first aid, stop the bleeding, uh, if you want. I think if you wanna do stitches will be a medicine check of some sort. Otherwise, you're able to
Yeah.
almost tape like, medical tape it up.
I mean, I'm pretty good at first aid. So, I would do it to myself.
Yeah, we can do if you wanna do a first aid check.
Yeah, I'll risk it for the biscuit. That's a 30. That's a success. Just a regular.
Great. Yeah, you're able to, with Donald's help, guide like sanitize a needle and stitch to the best of your abilities up, and you definitely are able to tell he didn't hit any vital organs or anything.
Okay. Well, that's good. Thanks, Don.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm glad you weren't hurt worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get some rest. We'll figure out what's the next move tomorrow.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks for letting me crash here.
Yeah, it's all right. And I go find like a blanket somewhere buried in the back room.
Perfect. Something nice and itchy and
Yeah.
antique,
Yeah.
of course.
Troy gets maybe 30 minutes of sleep the whole night. He does
Yeah.
not sleep.
Um, you all get various states of restfulness, and the sun rises in the morning. And as a collective, you make your way back to Meriwether's home. It's a Saturday, so uh, school is not in session. Um, and you approach the door and knock again to hear no answer.
Hmm. I mean, where could he possibly be on a Saturday, right? He's not like a vacationing type, is he?
Does
Uh,
he have a vehicle?
You would know him to have a vehicle. Penny does typically do his driving for him because he was old when cars came out and didn't feel like learning how.
Is it in the driveway or on the
I
street?
Yeah, you look and it does appear to actually no, it wouldn't be in the driveway. It's not in the driveway.
Okay,
it might be out running errands.
it's possible. Maybe we take a quick gander. I'm just gonna go up to the house and check out the windows and just do the rudimentary search of the perimeter and see if everything's okay.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden check.
Just, did he talk to either of you about anything, any cause for alarm? Ooh, I got a 4.
You search, you look, the house seems locked up like you would for if you were expecting to go away for a considerable amount of time, on vacation or something like that. Just as you're poking around, you see at the bottom or at the middle of the door in the letterbox a piece of paper just slightly hanging out of the letterbox.
Oh, just kind of try and work it out and take a look at it.
You do so, and you see on just a plain piece of paper, uh, it says, uh, obviously written in a hurry, uh, gentlemen, St. Mary's Hospital, Penny.
Oh, I just kind of flip it to Donald, like, uh, and would we know if that's the hospital in town?
Yeah, you would. It's probably one of the most esteemed hospitals in this side of the country.
Okay, looks like maybe there's an emergency. Uh,
All right. Well, looks like it was meant for us to go there. So
yeah,
let's make sure Rupert's all right.
yeah, let's get over there. Starting worried a little bit, and also we probably should make a statement for the police sooner rather than later. But um, yeah, I
They're
don't know.
your buddies, right?
Yeah, and just you don't want to leave a lot of time between finding missing persons and explaining what happened. But I don't think we should split up quite yet.
Okay. Well, let's see why Rupert's in the hospital, and then we'll go deal with the police.
All right, I'll speed off towards the hospital.
Great. It doesn't take you too long to get there. It's quite close to the university. You know it to be a teaching hospital, so medical students from the university would typically be there for their residencies and whatnot. You speed up and find a place to park and run into the reception area, um, where there is a woman, a clerk behind the desk, and she looks up as you approach. Yes, can I help you?
Uh, yeah.
Oh, we're looking for Rupert Merriweather,
Are you family?
close friend. We were told to come to his room.
All right. She notes something down, hands you all uh, metal passes. Um, he's on the third floor uh, in the private wing.
Thank you.
Okay. Uh, is he okay? Is he fine? We don't have any information.
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Okay. That doesn't sound good. Make way up.
All right. You make your way up to the third floor. The private wing would be where private rooms are held. Um, Not typical to get a private room unless you're quite wealthy. And you see Penny in the hallway. She looks up as the three of you enter. She's dressed as smartly as usual, with her long hair held in a clip behind. But you see, she has huge bags under her eyes, her lipstick smeared as if she hasn't been home um, in probably a few days, uh, even though it's only really been like 2 days since you've seen her. Gentlemen,
We got the message. I assume for us in the door.
yes, yes, Rupert wanted me to. Meriwether, I'm sorry, I'm in a tizzy. Please, what I have to share with you uh, might be surprising, but you see, Rupert's been admitted to the hospital yesterday morning. Um, it's been a bit touch and go, but I know he would appreciate seeing you. He had something he wanted to discuss with the three of you.
Okay, so he's doing okay.
Um, he, he, yeah, I think you should go talk to him.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
How are you holding up?
Not great, Donald. Not too great. To be honest, I just hadn't prepared myself. I thought I'd be better at this. I can't go in there. Can't go in there again.
Okay.
We'll be out in a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah. Yes, of course. You see, she's obviously been pacing, and just goes back to pacing up and down the hall. Um, and you enter the room. Professor Merriweather is lying on the bed, uh, sallow and just so small compared to how you're used to seeing him. And he's hooked up to machinery, but you see the beeps that show you he is alive, and uh, he looks at you as you come. The three of you come in. Gentlemen, you made it.
We were looking for you. We have good news. We found Jimmy. We found maybe solved the situation with the missing wrestlers, and we just wanted to update you.
I could use some good news. Please, what what happened? What did you find? You said you found Jimmy, alive?
Yeah, he's alive, and we found something else. I don't know if you have it, Donald.
Yeah. And just pull it out of my bag, the wooden box. Like, we found the totem?
Goodness gracious. May I see it?
Sure. Touching it is an awful idea.
Yeah, inadvised.
Of course.
And I cautiously open it, making sure I don't see a giant frog demon spill out. And if I do, I close it immediately.
Absolutely. You open, and he peers inside. Early 12th century, I would say. A rare find. You gentlemen have any idea what you're going to do with it?
We were hoping you had an idea.
Yeah, we need this to be controlled or locked away or something. The coach was stabbing people with it, and it seemed like taking their life for himself.
Yes. Ritual daggers will do things like that. To be honest, I don't think I possess the knowledge of how to eradicate this from our world. It seems hefty magic. If I'm understanding correctly, Coach Parker has been using this to keep himself alive for much longer than the average human should. I dug into him a bit since we last talked. A petty man. Appeared to have never made it onto his team when we were at school.
Makes
Seems
sense.
to have made it his life mission to be on a winning team.
Well, that's a horrible goal in this instance.
Yeah.
Yes. Not a nice man before, and certainly not a nice thing afterwards.
No. It seems that there was a string of incidents that he was likely responsible for.
Yes, I think. Are you planning on informing the authorities, Clyde?
I think so. We're hoping to sort that out and have that wrapped up.
I trust you to weave the correct story.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to figure out exactly what that is.
As for the knife, I believe they're pouring a new foundation in the business sector this week. Perhaps if you get there early enough, we can have this buried deep, at least for a few hundred years.
Yeah, that might be one option.
Yeah, it's sounds like a pretty good idea.
Gentlemen, you can tell I'm not and and he starts coughing and coughs up a little bit of blood. Could you would you gentlemen call it and coughs up a large amount of blood as you see uh, his eyes go into a panic and
I just run out and try and flag someone down.
I help him sit up.
great. You do so, and the nurses come in and they start to usher you, the three of you, out of the room. Please, we need some room to work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Should we? No. Right? We don't.
Does he still have the knife?
no, I don't think he took it from Donald.
No.
Okay.
You know, is this knife could keep people alive? Is that something we want to do
There's a natural
now?
order to life.
Okay, I'm just
For
making
that-
sure that's not, the point of these things.
For this knife to do anything, somebody has to be sacrificed. It's not worth it. Nobody
is
should
true.
be able to.
And you see Penny pacing around the door with the three of you as well.
I think Troy is panicking because he's like been in his own head about what happened yesterday and realized that he never got to say anything to Meriwether, and if he doesn't survive this, it means he missed his last chance to speak to him.
Yeah. A lot going on for the three of you. Penny looks at you guys. It's natural, if you're wondering. He's known about this for quite some time, but he would never let us in on that, would he? He really trusts you three. And I never know what he's up to. He's a funny man. And she looks in the room again and looks back. He asked me to give you something. And goes into her bag and brings back a wooden box and hands it over to you three.
Just hands off. That's nudge it towards Donald. That's his expertise.
Sure.
You knew him best anyway.
Great. You open it, and inside there are a few things that I totally have right next to me and don't need
One
to look up.
Nagalath.
How did you know?
Great. Excellent.
I'm good. I have one of these already.
It has
A Cthulhu
A-
plushie.
It has a on the very top is a letter addressed to or with the three of your names on the top of it. There is a key and what looks like an official document paper. And there is also a small sarcophagus shaped golden box. Um, and the wooden box itself that everything is housed in seems mundane in nature.
Okay.
Maybe. Uh, I guess I'll grab the letter and just read it.
Yeah. You pull up you unfold the letter, and it is written in Professor Merriweather's very neat and tidy handwriting. Um, and what you see is a long letter uh, that I will read to you now. Dear friends, in the years after the nightmarish events of that night in my youth, I have seen many strange things. Only now do I begin to grasp the truth of reality and the scope of what is happening in the world. I've tried in my small way to combat the horrors and make amends for my part in bringing one to our plane of existence. What I have left to offer, what riches and wealth I have, I will put to good use in dealing with these abominations. It is the very least this old coward can do. I could never make myself go back to that little farmhouse and put those events to rights. I too gravely feared that which my friends and I loosed upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death I fear the bonds will be broken and that horror freed to come and go as it pleases. Lives not yet taken already weigh heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house. The translations made by Marion from the book De Vermis Mysterious. I was never strong enough to take on the task, but I have hope that you are. In ridding the world of this, perhaps you will save my soul from hell, for I fear that my deeds have not been enough to release me from this heavy burden. I do not expect your forgiveness for what I ask of you, Rupert Merriweather.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
I take a look at the documents that you said were in the container.
Yeah, you open the document and you see the deed to a house out in the countryside, about 2 hours outside of Arkham.
Great. So this has just been the beginning of something much worse.
Yeah.
Did he ever hint at any of this stuff to you?
No. Nothing to this extent at all. I just thought he had, like a passing hobby interest in occult-esque things.
Yeah. That's what I had assumed. Just a hobby. And then some strangeness.
Is Penny still around?
Yeah, she's given you some privacy to read. She does peer over every so often as if she is also unaware of the contents of this box, but she's within reach.
Yeah, very tiredly, I think. Penny, I was hoping we could get a book from Merriweather's. He said that we could borrow it when I spoke to him inside. It was that book that we recovered from the ghoul.
Yes, of course. I can't bring myself to leave his side, but you're more than welcome in the house.
It was
And
just locked.
she hands over
Oh,
the
yeah,
keys to you.
thanks. Thank you. Um, I'm sorry.
As am
And,
I.
yeah, and I think as Troy like walks over to the group, he like uh, jangles the keys and then takes the papers out of his backpack that were the ritual that was in the book.
Hmm.
I think we have to read that book. Figure out maybe he left something in there that has something to do with this, something that can seal it again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is a summoning ritual. This is what this thing is.
Yeah. Worst case, there's likely to be more if he's, been thinking on this for a long time. He may have journals or other regrets of his for us to discover.
And there might be more than just that book that we can use as a resource. So it's no harm in looking.
Great. I guess we go to Merryweather's then.
Cool. I think we might call it there for the night so we can take a think about what we want to do,
Mm-hmm.
read up on the letter. It's been a little bit of a heavy sode, as they say. So let's take a
Troy's thinking about
breather.
quitting wrestling for sure.
Yeah, that's I think the worst outcome of anything that's happened.
Yeah. He's like on the way to Merryweather is like writing a letter to Coach Kennedy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The true tragedy of the episode. No more wrestling.
No more wrestling. It's a dangerous job.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah,
Get you
if you're
caught up in
Jimmy
some
or
nasty
Troy.
stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for sticking around with us. We're the casual ones, and I promise you our next mini series will be lighthearted and joyful.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Yeah, well, I'm not running it, so we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens. All right, thanks everyone. We will be here over the next few weeks with our thrilling conclusion to Call of Cthulhu. Good night.
Hooray.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.